I'm here today at Clarion headquarters in Cypress, California to kick off the Clarion Builds program. Clarion Builds is an innovative new marketing program designed to help connect Clarion to new and existing fans who are car enthusiasts, automotive sports fans, journalists, historians, and everyone with an interest in design and style. The Clarion Builds program intends to share with its fans and friends all of the details of what it takes to completely restore iconic cars, trucks, and in the not-so-distant future, boats and motorcycles. The first Clarion Builds project is a complete ground-up restoration of a classic from the 1970s. Let me introduce you to this icon. Can you guess what's behind the cover? Well, let me kill the suspense and show you what we've picked as our first project. A 1974 BMW 2002. Well, it's in pretty good shape for a 40-year-old car, built with 40-year-old standards and technology. But Clarion's plan is to make everything look and feel as nice or nicer than when this baby left the factory in Germany in November of 1973, headed to its first owner in California. When it debuted over 4 decades ago, the 02 already had what it took to become an instant automotive icon. This car literally spawned the popular sport GT category, and it almost single-handedly started the sports sedan revolution, putting BMW firmly in charge of this segment for 40+ years. The 02 is still an icon today on a global scale, appreciated and sought after by many who have a passion for cars and value this incredible piece of art and automotive culture. But unlike the highly sought-after antique or limited production cars that collectors buy for investment purposes, the 02 is more of a cult classic, perhaps the ultimate cult car, which car enthusiasts all over the world seek to buy strictly for driving enjoyment. The 02 was also a record buster as far as sales go, with over 400,000 examples sold globally from 1968 to 1976, crossing several markets and attracting buyers who really wanted a sports car, but for practical reasons such as family needs, cold weather driving, or parking on city streets, were forced to think about buying a small, ordinary sedan instead. The 2002 offered buyers the best of both worlds in a single, stylish package. Despite this being a relatively clean car, it has seen much better days. The odometer currently sits at just over the 6,400 mile mark. But since it can only show 5 digits, we figure it must have eclipsed 100,000 miles once or maybe twice over before we got our hands on it. Although there is no serious rust anywhere that matters, the 02 was never known for its rust-proof construction. So to bring the car back to the way it was when it left the factory, we have to address any and every potential issue, including getting rid of the rust in the common trouble areas. While Clarion intends to restore the car to how it looked back in 1974, we are also planning to have some serious fun by enhancing key components and capabilities behind the scenes in order to bring the restored car to present-day standards without impacting its original look or driving experience. For instance, Clarion's 02 will, naturally, sport the latest in entertainment, connectivity, and audio technologies, subtly worked into the car's classic interior without radical or shocking modifications. Also, the stock engine will be fully rebuilt and enhanced for greater performance, and we'll be upgrading the suspension, tires, brakes, and everything else to have the 02 meet or exceed today's standards without adding outrageous upgrades that would take away from the classic appeal. So why is Clarion doing this? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Clarion's engineers, marketers, management, sales staff, and practically all employees are car people. They love to be around cars and anything related. Needless to say, everyone was excited to take on a project like this. But there's more to this, so let me tell you the deeper motivation. Our collective world culture seems to be falling out of love with the automobile. We're more interested today in our smartphones and tablets, playing games and watching viral videos, rather than enjoying what most of us enjoyed when we were growing up. Driving, cars, motorsports, and the pride of owning a piece of transportation, if not a piece of art, and maybe even history. Can we change these trends? Well, probably not. But Clarion believes that we should try to create enthusiasm and interest to rekindle the automotive genes we have all inherited from our parents or passed on to our children. Thanks to the craziness of today's electronically driven mobile lifestyle, leashing us to our smart devices, the society seems to have forgotten how much fun it is to drive a car. Speaking of fun, most BMWs, and the O2 in particular, stand for fun and enjoyment. Hey, for the past few decades, BMW's slogan has been the ultimate driving machine. And this tells us a bit more of why Clarion selected the O2 as its first Clarion Builds project. Realizing that we are all fixated on screens these days, staying connected, distracted, and entertained, Clarion will bring this project to where we spend most of our leisure time. Whether it's stalking the pages of Facebook, pinning on Pinterest, constantly checking our Twitter feeds, or browsing YouTube for the next breakout sensation, Clarion Builds will be there to dazzle us with works of art on wheels and tantalize the masses to make Clarion part of their lives. We are also glad to welcome our partners and industry friends from all corners of the business that support us with their products, know-how, and time. So please check out clarionbuilds.com today to find out about our like-minded partners and enthusiast brands. Well, it's time to get started on this project, so join us on this journey and watch the project's progress on a daily basis at clarionbuilds.com or our Facebook page at facebook.com/ClarionUSA. You can also find us in other social media forums such as Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. And of course, let us know what you think of the work and share your ideas and opinions.